Hello sweet friends, my name is Birdie and I am your friendly neighborhood forest witch, and in today's video I will be sharing 15 homemade Yule gifts that you can craft for the fellow witches in your life for this winter solstice. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first idea I've come up with is a spell in a jar that includes all the ingredients that the person will need to craft this spell. Now, obviously you can use any jar spell for this that you wish. However, as an example, I've come up with a New Year's blessing spell jar. So for that, you'll need a jar with a lid, of course. You'll also need a white candle, and I've also included a small box of matches, and this signifies new beginnings. You'll also need some small bottles of rosemary for love, basil for success, black pepper for protection, and lavender for peace and happiness. Then you'll need a Himalayan salt rock, or even a small bottle of Himalayan salt will do as well, and this is for good health. You'll need 7 pennies for good luck, 3 sticks of cinnamon for strength and prosperity, and a piece of paper to write your intention or wish for the new year. And this is how my spell jar came out. I think it turned out so pretty. I chose to put some of the littler things in different baggies. So I have some floral ones and some different colored mesh ones. And then as you saw, I also chose to tie up the cinnamon sticks and the scroll with this pretty maroon ribbon. And then on the outside of the jar, I put some gold ribbon. And I just think it turned out really pretty and aesthetically pleasing. Now, if you didn't want to do the bags, of course you can just put everything in the jar, you know, without putting it in the bag. And I still think that would be aesthetically pleasing as well. So yeah, this is how it turned out. My next gift idea is to make your own affirmation cards, and you can make these as extravagant or as simplistic as you want. So some examples of making these would be with some magazine clippings, or if you have some artistic ability, you can obviously paint or draw. You can also do something more simplistic with maybe stripes, polka dots, or swirls, and then just write the quote over top of that. Now, for writing the quote, you can use a black permanent marker for this, or if you don't happen to like your handwriting, you can always use a typewriter like I did, or you can also print off the quote online and just paste it on the card. Now, I personally chose to do watercolor. Now, this is my first time painting with watercolor, so just ignore my lack of artistic ability with this, but you get the gist. And I went ahead, I painted a picture on there that I wanted, and then I ran it through my typewriter to write the quote. Now, if you need ideas for quotes, there's a plethora of ideas on Google. Just put in affirmation quotes and a whole list of items will come up for ideas. Or, of course, you can make your own as well. And then as far as presentation for your affirmation cards, you can place them in a little cloth baggie like I did, or even a small gift box. Or if you wanted something more simplistic, you can just wrap a pretty little ribbon around it as well and then give it like that. My next gift idea is to customize an herb jar. So I'm personally making an example out of chamomile. So I took my jar and I painted some chamomile flowers on there. Now, if you don't have artistic abilities, you can also use some transfer stickers, some regular stickers, or even if you have a Cricut, you could print out some decals as well. But I went ahead and painted some pretty little chamomile flowers around the entire jar. And then I made this little label on top with my typewriter that says chamomile. I think it would also be adorable if you put a little name tag with a ribbon around the jar with the name of the herb and then attached an herb scoop. Like, how cute would that be? Absolutely adorable. And obviously you could also fill it with some dried herbs, like specifically from your personal garden. I think that would be such a sweet gesture to give someone as a gift. So my next gift idea is similar to the customized herb jar, but this time we are going to be customizing a jar for moon water. So instead of just using acrylic paint to paint on this, I wanted to use some vinyl so I could do a reverse scene, and you'll see what I mean here. But I picked up some removable vinyl from Dollar Tree, and this is really important. You want to make sure that it is removable because we're going to be peeling it off. So I went ahead and traced out a crescent moon and cut it out of the vinyl and put that on the jar. And then I spray painted over the entire jar with some gold paint. And then before the jar completely dried, and like when it's still tacky, you want to peel that vinyl off with either a weeding tool or some tweezers, and that's what's going to leave an opening to where you can see the water inside. So this is how mine turned out. I think it is so pretty. I added a little moon tag up here that says moon water with this pretty little bow with some holly leaves on there. But I just think this is so gorgeous. And obviously you can do any type of painting. If you wanted to paint the entire moon phases on there, you could do that. And like I said, if you don't have artistic abilities, you could use stickers or vinyl decals. But yeah, this is how it turned out, and I think it is so cute. My next gift idea is to make an altar cloth, and this could be Sabbath specific, maybe for Yule, or a type of witchy theme, maybe a tarot themed altar cloth, etc. But if you missed this past Lupercalia, I had actually made a Lupercalia altar cloth. So if you missed that video, I'll link it up here because I actually show how I made this. But essentially what I did was I made a decal with a wolf and a heart with these arrows and just sewed this together. Now, if you don't know how to sew, that is okay. You can also use fabric glue as well. But yeah, I just thought that would be extra special, something maybe more extravagant to put together for someone for Yule. And then another gift you could do with fabric is to make somebody a tarot pouch for their tarot cards. So I went ahead and made this one, and I think it turned out really pretty. I found this blue velvet material from Joann's, and it's got different stars on there and moons. And then on the inside, I lined it with this really silky gold color. And as you can see, I have some gold cording that I used as well. But I thought this would be really cute to make someone. Now, like the altar cloth, if you don't know how to sew, you can also put these together with fabric glue. And I thought it would be extra special if you also gifted them maybe a new deck of tarot cards to go with their tarot bag. Then my next gift idea involves candle making, and I actually have two examples here. So in one of my recent fall videos, I had showed me candle painting, which is a new trend that I've found on TikTok. But essentially what you do is you use melted candle wax to paint on another candle. So for this one, I went ahead and painted some cute little holly leaves and holly berries, but you could also do pentagrams, snowflakes, snowmen, etc. Then my second example is to make a spell candle for someone, and this you can get more extravagant with by adding different scents herbs, even crystals or charms in the candle as well. So for example, the one that I made includes an apple scent, and I also put in a piece of dried apple and a piece of cinnamon, and this is for luck and prosperity. Then I add pieces of opal for creativity, red garnet for ambition, and clear quartz for manifestation. And this is how it turned out, and it smells so good. I actually got a candle making set from Temu a while back, so that's where I got these little tins. I think it came with 8 or 10 of these tins, the wax, the wicks, and everything that you need for candle making. So I thought these would make cute little gift ideas as well. My next gift idea involves kitchen witchery, and that is making a winter treat filled with a specific intention for someone. So we all know that sweet treats are in abundance during the holidays. So that's why I like finding more savory recipes. So when I found the recipe for an herb and cheddar bread wreath, I knew that this is the one that I wanted to make. And if you're interested in checking out this recipe, I'll leave a link to it down in the description. It turned out so yummy. Absolutely loved it. And this recipe includes herbs like rosemary, thyme, and basil, which are great herbs for setting intention with. So definitely keep certain ingredients in mind when you are searching for a recipe to make as a gift, depending upon what intention you want to place into the recipe. My next gift idea also involves kitchen witchery, and that is to craft a tincture, an aura spray, a syrup, a honey, an essential oil blend, etc. So like the herbs you use to cook with for intention, also think about the materials that you'll be using for intention in these things as well. But I'd also like to note that if you're using essential oils, also use a carrier oil so it doesn't irritate the person's skin. Now, I've shared a few different oil blends and diffuser blends on my channel in the past, and I'll link some of those down in the description. But the one I'm going to share with you today is my natural wood cleaner, and that is made with 1/4 cup of white vinegar, 1/4 cup of olive oil, and 20 drops of orange essential oil. And this helps promote happiness, and I thought it would make a great gift for someone to clean their altar with. Then my next gift idea is to craft your own bath salts with a cute little holder to store it in. Now, I personally love bath rituals, so I frequently make my own bath salts. And back when I first started YouTube, it was actually maybe my 3rd video, I had done a Dollar Tree DIY where I painted this little ceramic trinket box, and it actually says blessed mess. Now, you're probably not going to want to paint that on something to gift to somebody, but you get the gist. And then I filled it with a bath salt that I had crafted, and I think it turned out really cute. Now, this video's quality is not the greatest, but if you're interested in watching that video, I'll link it up above here and down in the description. My next idea is to gift one of your favorite witchy reads that you have annotated. So I have just recently started annotating while I read. Not only does it help me retain the information, but it's also easier to find certain things when I'm going back looking for them. But I absolutely love receiving books as gifts, whether they're brand new or used. It doesn't matter to me. I just love them all. So I thought it would be extra special to actually annotate one of your favorite witchy reads for somebody. Now, this could be really helpful for a newer witch or even an experienced one that really hasn't delved into a specific subject yet and wants to learn more about it. But I thought this would make a really unique gift for somebody. The next gift idea is to give a piece of framed witchy art, a poem or sigil that you have created. I'm a writer and I've actually gifted framed poems in the past that I've written for people, but if poetry isn't your thing, you could always just draw or paint a witchy painting for somebody, or even do a customized sigil for somebody as well. I think that would also be really special. My next gift idea is to make a witchy cookbook for somebody, and I recently made a digital one on Canva for one of my fall videos, but I think this would be a great homemade gift to share some of your favorite witchy recipes or even your favorite Yule recipes. And it doesn't have to be kept in the digital format, of course. You can always print it out and bind it into a book, or place it in a binder for aesthetic purposes. I was having fun on Canva making that witchy cookbook, so I also made an herb fact sheet, which I thought would also make a really unique Yule gift, especially for a beginner witch, and these would be great to pair with the painted herb jar and dried herbs that I previously mentioned. You can also do a Sabbath fact sheet about Yule, or maybe one about the Holly and Oak Kings, and this specific one I made is available for free to print in the link down in the description. Then last but not least is also a digital sheet that I created, and this is 13 magical practices involving snow. I also have a free printable available for this one down in the description as well, so feel free to print it off. But this would be a great gift for those in a region with snow, of course. I did my first workings with snow last year and absolutely fell in love with it. I highly recommend it. So those are my 15 ideas for homemade Yule gifts for the fellow witch in your life. I hope you all got inspired by these ideas, and I would love to see your creations. So feel free to tag me or send me an email. My email is always down in the description. But thank you all so much for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, friends. Bye.